Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. The importance of elders. The importance of elders. And I was thinking about that the other day. One issue that we're having is the social issue. Yeah, we have all this technology. I mean, the technology, just what I've seen over the last 30 years, 20 years, 10 years is incredible. I mean, I remember when communicating with someone face to face, even though they're on different coasts, that was science fiction when I was young. It's just casual now, you know. And I mean, it's incredible stuff. I mean, in the technology, we got these machines. Oh shoot, there's just so many things. Electric cars, self-driving cars. But then socially, things are just getting worse. Socially, things are jacked up. As a mentor would say, it ain't that the plane is going down. It's like it's crashed and people just sifting through the wreckage and everything. And I was thinking about, why is it like that? And one of the big reason is people don't really listen to their elders. Really listen. Yeah, of course some do, but as a whole, many people are just in their own world, or they think they invent something new, especially when they were younger. And I'm gonna tell you what, when you get younger people who think they know more than an elder, even that's not new. Because I remember how I was when I was young. I remember how I was. I look back and I say, why was I like bucking that elder like that? Seriously, but it's a problem. See, here's where elders are important. Not so much as far as the technology, because that keeps changing. And you could say a young person will have a better grasp of the technology because they're used to it than an elder. But we ain't talking about technical stuff like that. We're talking about life, social. Because I'm going to tell you something I've learned as I got older. A lot of stuff that's happening socially, relationship-wise, things of that nature, is not new. It's not new. People think it's new. It's like, no, we just got a better way of publicizing it now. People talking about it more, but every single thing that's happening now socially, especially in relationships, happened before. Indeed, a historian can tell you everything goes in cycles anyway. Because the thing is, it goes in cycles because people haven't really changed. People really haven't changed. People think they have, or people will say, well, yeah, people, you get some younger people saying, oh yeah, people were better back then. It's like, no, they didn't have social media to illustrate their stuff. But, living in both eras, I was like, no, I haven't seen a difference. Because just like I said, I would go against elders when I was young. They were telling me some of the same things. Some of the stuff happening now was happening back in the day, as far back as the 30s. And that's how far my elders took it. They could probably take it even further back if they say, well, no, this elder said this, the things that were going on. Nothing's new socially because human beings haven't changed. We have technology, but overall human beings haven't changed. And also, now people will say, well, the relationships were better. No, people stayed together more for survival. So it was, it was still some stuff going on. Still some stuff. Many things were hidden. Many things weren't talked about. But here's where the elders come in. Because they have been through stuff socially, they can tell you how to avoid it, because that's really how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to talk to the elders. They can tell us how to avoid pitfalls. And it don't necessarily mean that they were successful. Because certain people say, well, I ain't going to listen to them. They weren't successful. As a minister told me one time, even that person who failed at something in life, they can just tell you how not to fail at something. They can say, okay, don't do it. Like here's a great example. If you meet some elder who was on drugs all of their lives, right? And you'll say, oh, don't listen to him. But if that elder said, look, I've been there, don't go there. Because what's supposed to happen is every generation is supposed to be better than the previous generation. not this competition thing we kind of got going now, because we really do. We really do, you know, in so many areas. But the elders, you know, the elders could, that what's supposed to happen is the elders say, look, we went through this. We want you to do better. And you got many who do that. We have many who do that. It's like, look, no, this was a mistake. We saw this. Indeed, in many cultures, they're actually a little bit better. You got some cultures, they're a little bit better because they will listen to the elders. And the elders will say, no, do this. I mean, even for relationships, just making it in everyday life. Because, and this is something a great comedian, Richard Pryor had said. He said, no, you have to respect them because they made it to that age. And they can tell you the stuff. Yeah, they can tell you their mistakes so you don't make them again. But they can also tell you what made them successful. I knew a very good friend of mine. She was telling me what her grandmother had told her as far as making a relationship work. And it was very simple: communication, communication, communication. She was with her husband for 50 years until he passed. So it's like, wait a minute, they've already gone through a lot of stuff. What's supposed to happen is they tell the next generation, say, look, all right, we made this mistake, you don't do it. We did well with this, keep it going. And then the next generation, they're gonna make their mistakes too, but then they learn and pass it on. See, socially, people, all humanity, should be getting better, but it's not. Like I said, many of the stuff, every single thing people will talk about, like on this social media about relationships. I've talked to elders and they repeated the same exact thing. This was before social media. I'm like, I haven't seen anything new. People can't point to one thing and I'll say, no, I had an elder say this happened back in the 40s, back in the 30s. I don't care what it is. You can't point to anything, come up with something. I'll say, no, I remember when the elder told me about that, you know? Shoot, heck, and even with technology, they, you know, they ain't have like, you know, online dating or anything. Well, you just had to go, you had to send an ad into the local newspaper. It was the same difference. Seriously, same principle. It still was a social thing coming together, you know? But that's the importance. Now, what should be happening is listening to the elders. Like, even at my age, some people look at me, call me an elder, but, you know, if I'm sitting there talking with someone, they 80 years old, I'm listening to everything. I don't have to agree with them. I'm just going to take it all in because they've been through it. And they might say something that gives me some knowledge on how to avoid something or how to succeed at something. Because they've been there. They dealt with all the social stuff. They dealt with it, good or bad. They dealt with the social stuff. And like I said, as a minister told me, you just never know, you know, even if they did something bad, they could tell you how to avoid it. So that's the importance. And, you know, respect your elders. Seriously, respect them. You know, don't think you're inventing anything new socially. Now, if you got some invention, yeah, okay. But socially, they done been through the relationships. They done been through the marriages, divorces. They done been through whatever. Shoot, you got some elders. They've been through not being able to get into a relationship. Shoot, they can tell you like, okay, this is stuff I did that kept me out. You know. So it's so many things. You know. So that's very important. They are very important. In a more civilized culture, they wouldn't be just put into homes or shut away. Their wisdom would be respected. So that's all I have for today. I want everybody to really think about what I said and keep rising. Peace and blessings.